Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Kendra and today I've got an open collab. An open collab means it's not just for certain people, but it's open to all. If you would like to get in on this, you just show us what's for dinner. You can post this any day. It doesn't have to be like summer or you have to do them on Wednesdays or Saturdays or whatever. This is any day that you feel like you might want to do it, you know. Sometimes you might like to not do it on a Saturday or not do it on a Tuesday or whatever. So this is really open and has wiggle room for everyone. When you post this, you show what's for dinner and you want to do the information for our hostess. So you'll go hashtag what's for dinner y'all, and it's all one word across, no punctuation, no anything. What's for dinner y'all. And it's hosted at the @sign, all one word, Kimmy's Kitchen and More, which is in her channel, which is the name of her channel, Kimmy's Kitchen and More. Let me show you Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy. Okay, so if you're looking for her, she's blonde and she looks about 14. She's not really, though. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm making, and I cannot believe it, but I am totally on schedule, wonderfully following my menu plan today. I make a menu plan every single week, and it just says, you know, what I plan to make during the week, and I put it on days like Tuesday, Wednesday, but sometimes I skirt around and I'll do Sundays on Tuesday and Tuesdays on Friday and like that. So far, so good this week. Let me show you what I got. All right, so this just about never happens. I have got an old Cub Scouts pencil here. So Monday, we actually had spaghetti and meatballs and all of this. And then yesterday, we actually had all of this. And then today, we've got beef and barley soup with brown Cheesecake Factory rolls, which everybody likes that here. If you've never had beef and barley soup and you're not, vegan or something because it has beef, you might want to try it. I was afraid of it because this is something we did not ever have that I remember growing up. And, Campbell's even makes it in a can, and we never bought that. It's just what kind of suspicious of barley. Barley is wonderful. It's a very mild flavor. It's a cross for me between a pasta and a rice. Let me show you the ingredient. Oh, first of all, it says we're having a cake of unknown variety. Now, if you watched yesterday, I made that cake, and I said in my video, it's okay. It's cake. It's all right. I gave it a 4 out of 5, and I said I might not ever make it again because it wasn't that spectacular, but it was good. But it wasn't, won't be a favorite. Well, then I put it in my cake dome with a glass lid, So today, that thing had soaked all of the flavors, and it ought to have a thing on the recipe that says, make this 24 hours before, because it is the moistest, the most flavorful. You can smell it, you can taste it. It feels good on the tongue. Now I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. So anyway, I'll show you the cake and I'll show you the other stuff. So see, it's in a cake dome, and that's what's left of it, about half. It's good stuff. It really is. It's soaked in apple cider and butter and cinnamon and sugar, and it's just all that. It really, really is. I can't express enough how much I thought this was worth keeping in the autumn rotation for desserts. It will be a keeper. I'm going to make another one and send it to my mom and dad. Well, they just live across town. I don't mean I'm going to put it in the mail or anything. All right, for what's for dinner, y'all, I am going to make Instant Pot beef and barley soup. So if you've never seen this, you're using pearled barley for this recipe, and it says that on here. I don't know what the difference is. But anyway, regular barley, pearled barley, I don't know. Here's why I think it looks a little bit like rice. It's you rinse it off just like rice too. You know how you wash the rice. So it's going to take this, it's going to take any kind of beef that you want to use. I had one lonely flat iron steak in the freezer that was not getting any younger. So I thought, I think I'll use this. So I chopped that up into a little bit smaller than bite size. The Instant Pot will soften it nice. And then I put in garlic. Here I have, well, here's what I'm going to do first. I already got 2 tablespoons of oil in the Instant Pot. I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to simmer up these celery, onion, and carrot. All right, that goes first. While that oil gets hot and ready for the vegetables to be sauteed, I said simmered, sauteed, I'm going to show you. I also used some seasoned salt, some black pepper. I didn't have any like beef broth like it calls for. So I just used the better than bouillon. And I put the herbs in it because that's what it says to do. And I've got to go over and get the thyme. I forgot about that. Hold on. Well, apparently I didn't forget about it. It's actually floating in there right now. So it's got all of the stuff that it needs in here. I'm using about 5 cups of broth. I'm not putting potatoes in this. It calls for chopped fingerling potatoes. And so this is a recipe that I've made many times and I've never used potatoes in it. Just why, it's got enough in it already for me. I like potatoes. I put them in lots of things, but plus I didn't have any fingerling potatoes, and I usually don't unless I'm making something, else. And I didn't tell you. Maybe I did, but I can do this. Here's the Cheesecake Factory, our famous bread, 2 wheat mini baguettes, heat and serve. Now these are really good. Everyone raves about this. I first saw it on Moss Family Kitchen, great channel, and Fallon used it. And I thought, it's good. And then I sent some over to my mom with a dish, my mom and dad, and they both went nuts and went and bought more. So maybe I'm just not, this light goes off if there's no movement. Anyway, maybe I'm just not as into the dark bread of this kind. I don't know. It's good. I'm not saying it's not. Anywho, my oil might be hot now. I better check on that. All right, everybody's in the bath with the olive oil that I put in there. And it goes 3 minutes, which is, as it so happens, that's how long the saute function on my Instant Pot goes. And then it'll, kick off. You just want to get those softened a little bit, and they'll soften the rest as the soup, gets cooked, pressure cooked. The smell of onions and celery simmering like this, not simmering, sauteing like this, reminds me of Thanksgiving, because my mother's beginnings of her stuffing always had celery and onion sauteed with butter. Butter. No olive oil for us. I don't think I even had olive oil until I was an adult. I know I've never seen a Brussels sprout until I moved out either. But anyway, it's a good, wholesome, comforting scent to me, and that may be why I like this soup a lot too. So while that's doing its thing, last night I couldn't sleep. Usually don't have a big problem sleeping, but I took a long nap in the afternoon. Like, I slept way too long. Oh, that dog. I have a toy poodle, if you're new here, who likes to bang on the bell if he hears me talking to people because he feels like he needs that kind of attention. Anyway, I like to color. I couldn't sleep, so I decided I'll let him out. Okay, he's out. He's probably back in by now. I left the door open for him. Anyway, I like to color, and so I did this because I couldn't sleep. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I see that I wrote August 21st, and I think today's the 21st because it was after midnight. Maybe it's the 20th today, I don't know. Anyway, I thought, oh, this would be fun. I tried to make it look like it was kind of not bright blue summer sky, but a darker. I could have done better by making some swirly wind around the leaves or whatever, but it kept me busy. And I love, love, love autumn. It's my favorite season, and so I got this large print color book for just such an occasion. Well, I've got to go like another minute and a half on these carrots and onions. I noticed it said 5 minutes instead of 3, and then I will add that beef and the garlic. All right, the beef and the garlic are into saute, and they should go another 3 minutes-ish. I hope that everybody likes it with a flat iron steak. I typically don't use flat iron steak. I mean, I don't usually have one. Usually if I buy flat iron steak, I make it all, but I must not have had enough people to make them all last time. I didn't even check the date on that. It's probably been in there a while. But it looks pretty fresh. You know, it didn't look like it was freezer burnt or anything like that. Alrighty then, here we go. I added the beef broth and the barley. And it had all of the seasonings, the thyme, black pepper. Oh, it had Worcestershire sauce. I didn't leave it out. Now, I forgot that I didn't leave it out. Now, at this point, it says to make sure there's no stuck bits on the bottom, you know, because you'll get that alert, burn. Your Instapot will say, burn, burn. Not an emergency, just that you have bits on the bottom and it's going to get burned worse. So it's all smooth on the bottom. Everything's fine. It said just cook the meat until it was browned around the edges. So pink in the middle is fine. It's going to cook the rest of the way. And it also says at this point to put in your bay leaf. Hold on, what else? All right, I went and looked. I just found out. It's the potatoes and the bay leaf that go in next. I already said I'm not using the potatoes. My husband is not a fan of bay leaf. I don't know. Bad experience in his childhood? I don't know. I like bay leaf fine, but whenever I put a bay leaf in a thing like this, and I know he doesn't like it, he finds out somehow, like the bay leaf ends up in his bowl because I couldn't find it and fish it out. I hear you. All right already. Anyway, I'm going to set this up now. There's nothing stuck on the bottom, and I'm going to make it cook. All right, I manually put it on 20 minutes, and I took the keep warm off. Let it come back down to pressure the way it's supposed to when it's done, and it'll tell you all about that. It's a 20-minute release, I guess. Wow. I'm sorry. Pressure cook 20 minutes. When it's done, allow 15-minute natural release, okay? All right. So here we go. So Amazon just dropped this off and had Amazonnesia because I cannot remember what I ordered. And I don't know why, because I just ordered it the other day. It's bread pans. And it came just like this. No other box. Isn't that weird? Hold on, I can't get it. There we go. 2 stainless steel bread pans. Let's see if we can show it to you. Is that upside down? 18/0 stainless steel. I don't know what that means, but it said stainless steel when I bought it. Hopefully these will not, get beat up or dented or rusted before their time. And they're the same size, so I can cook like banana nut bread, zucchini bread. Right now I have 2 glass pans. One is under, like about this, wide or tall. And the other one's a super big one, like from the 60s, made for meatloaf. That's another thing my husband has requested I not ever make. Meatloaf. I love meatloaf. Especially, where did that kindergarten term come from? I especially like meatloaf the second day. Oh well. I make it when he's out to sea and smile the whole time. So there you have it. That's my Amazon haul. And it is 4:30, and I might go catch some news, see what's going on in the world, and come back when this is done and plate her up. Oh, I got to put that bread in the oven, warm it up. Okay, this is the end of the video, and I wanted to show you a spoonful before I finished up the last of it. So doesn't that look a little bit like Sugar Smacks cereal to you? The grain, the barley, I mean. It's just, I think it's great, and I ended up eating the white bread because for me that Cheesecake Factory bread is a little heavy on molasses flavor. I just don't care for it. So that's all I have to say, and I will talk to everybody tomorrow. And if you've never thought to subscribe, I would love it if you became a friend. Subscribe, it's free. There's a bell icon in the upper right-hand corner. You press on that, and it'll let you know when I make a video. And for all of you that are already friends, thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.